Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a seriously foundational document for India's economic trajectory, the Reserve Bank of India's comprehensive new strategy framework, Utkarsh 2029. If you want to understand exactly how the central bank is rewiring its operations, upgrading its tech, and pushing the Indian rupee onto the global stage over the coming years, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to cover this so thoroughly that you won't even need to open the source document yourself.
The RBI actually opens their entire strategy with this quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "The future depends on what we do in the present." It's a pretty powerful reminder that the actions the central bank is taking right now, simplifying rules, adopting AI, exporting digital infrastructure, are quite literally laying the concrete today for India's economic future.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to take an architectural tour of the RBI's blueprint. We'll start with their vision and values, decode the 6 core strategy pillars, and wrap up with what all of this actually means for India's global footprint.
Section 1. Introduction to Utkarsh 2029, A Journey of Excellence.
Now, in Sanskrit, Utkarsh translates to excellence, and for the central bank, it's a continuous journey, not just a destination. And this isn't their first strategic roadmap, right? The RBI initially launched Utkarsh 2022 back in July 2019 to replace their old short-term plans. That first phase really helped them navigate the intense turbulence of the pandemic. Then came Utkarsh 2.0 for the post-pandemic recovery between 2023 and 2025. And that brings us to Utkarsh 2029. This new framework spans a 3-year horizon, locking in perfectly with the RBI's financial year from April 2026 to March 2029. That alignment is totally deliberate. It's designed to synergize their resource allocation right out of the gate.
Section 2. Foundation, Vision, and Values.
Before we look at the strategy pillars, we absolutely have to understand the ground they're built upon. And this brilliantly illustrates how the RBI explicitly uses a 3-layered structure. At the very top, you have the vision. That vision is supported by core values. Those values translate down into the strategy pillars, which finally break out into actionable deliverables. It's this great mix of top-down vision and bottom-up execution.
The overarching vision here is to maintain a stable, inclusive, and technologically robust financial system. To actually pull that off, the RBI maps 5 core values to specific actions. Public interest translates directly to a customer-centric approach. Integrity and independence, that requires sustaining absolute transparency. Responsiveness and innovation demands agility, especially with tech changing so fast. Diversity means actively promoting inclusive activities. And finally, introspection commits the bank to continuous self-appraisal.
All right, here is the master roadmap you need to know. The entire Utkarsh 2029 framework is driven by 49 highly specific deliverables, and they are encapsulated within 6 critical strategy pillars. Pillar 1 is robust regulations, focusing heavily on simplification and resilience. Pillar 2 is customer centricity and inclusive finance, where the primary focus is accessibility and interconnectedness. Pillar 3 is competitive markets, focusing on financial deepening and digitization. Pillar 4 is effective technology, focusing on innovation and cybersecurity. Pillar 5 is a future-ready organization, focusing on upskilling and sustainability. And Pillar 6 is Global India, focusing on standardization and internationalization. Let's decode each of these pairings so you have a total, crystal-clear understanding of the central bank's priorities.
Section 3. Pillars 1 and 2. Rules and the consumer. This pairing is fascinating because it's exactly where the RBI balances its role as a strict regulator with its mandate to serve everyday citizens. Under Pillar 1, robust regulations, the focus is squarely on cutting red tape. The RBI is going to review and simplify its master directions to reduce the compliance burden for regulated entities. It's all about promoting the ease of doing business. But contrast that with Pillar 2, customer centricity, where the focus shifts to protecting you, the public. The bank is outlining strict customer service assessments in scheduled commercial banks. They're accelerating grievance redressal and even publishing periodic metrics on their own citizens' charter for full accountability.
A really tangible, massive example of Pillar 2 in action is the scaling up of the ULI, or Unified Lending Interface. The RBI is actively pushing this to drastically enhance last-mile access to the financial system and visibly reduce lending costs. In short, it's inclusive finance put into actual digital practice.
Section 4. Pillars 3 and 4. Markets and Technology. So, the crucial point is that Pillar 3 is entirely about making markets faster, deeper, and safer.
The bank is targeting operational efficiency by automating market processes and increasing central clearing to reduce systemic risk. Notably, they're focused on reducing auction turnaround times, strengthening pricing transparency in government securities, and deliberately enhancing retail access. They want everyday participants engaging more directly with the markets.
Then we hit Pillar 4, effective technology. Think about how much paperwork a central bank usually generates. Now imagine a central bank with zero paper. That's the goal. The RBI is pushing to completely eliminate paper and email-based interactions. They are launching Project Sa-Mudra to fundamentally modernize physical currency management. And even more exciting, the RBI is developing an indigenous AI tool based on a purpose-built large language model specifically for the financial sector. They are setting up AI sandboxes to promote responsible, cutting-edge innovation right from the source. It's really about bringing all these pieces together into a single, cohesive ecosystem. You've got the push for central bank digital currency integrated alongside AI and the globally recognized UPI stack. To support all this, the RBI is upgrading its core banking solution, eKuber, to version 3.0 and pouring resources into cybersecurity capacity building. It's essentially becoming a comprehensive digital fortress.
Section 5. Pillars 5 and 6. The future and global reach.
This is where the RBI pans out from internal operations to India's position on the world stage. Pillar 5 focuses on building a future-ready organization. Operating a central bank today means constantly upskilling staff to handle multidimensional challenges. They are embedding sustainability and climate awareness directly into their decision-making. And crucially, this strategy relies heavily on regional offices to execute national priorities with a real understanding of local, regional realities. Which brings us to Pillar 6, Global India. This pillar has two main thrusts: standardization and internationalization. First, the RBI wants to aggressively adopt global standards to enhance India's competitiveness. On the flip side, it aims to export India's successes. This means pushing the Indian Rupee's global integration to augment international trade settlement in INR. It also involves expanding cross-border digital currency arrangements and exporting India's incredibly successful digital payments network, the UPI stack, to other nations.
Section 6. A global financial future.
Utkarsh 2029 is arriving at a truly pivotal moment. The RBI explicitly notes that they intend to leverage India's G20 legacy and its current BRICS chairmanship to champion multilateral financial cooperation. So this framework isn't just an internal handbook, it's a shared compass. It aligns the RBI's resources with the national aspiration of a Viksit Bharat, a fully developed India, taking a massive leadership role in international finance.
So what does this all mean for you? We've seen the 6 pillars, from cutting red tape and leveraging purpose-built AI to pushing the rupee and UPI onto the global stage. As the RBI transitions into this world-class AI-driven central bank, how will the ripples of Utkarsh 2029 actually redefine your daily financial life, your business ventures, and your interactions with the digital economy over the next 3 years? It is an absolutely fascinating space to watch, and now you understand the blueprint driving it all. Thank you for joining me on this explainer.